Good morning, Enid. It's good to see you again. It is Thursday, November 10th. Welcome to our Veterans Day show. The Corps is 241, and ladies and gentlemen, we have a Marine in the studio today. We're so excited to bring you this special edition of Good Morning Enid, highlighting all of our veterans. I'm Steve Kime. Thanks for being with us.
Hello, I'm Tech Sergeant Nancy Falcon, U.S. Air Force Station at Vance Air Force Base. Grab a cup of coffee. Good morning, Enid. It's time to rise and shine.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Stand by. Everyone ready. Stand by. Take 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go.
Good morning, Enid. Thank you, AJ. We appreciate everyone of the Enid Television Network staff behind the scenes that brings you our live television show each Thursday. We're glad that you're with us on this special edition Veterans Day show. And Sergeant Falcon, Air Force. You probably get that too much, right?
I do.
I'm sorry to add to that. Well, welcome to Good Morning Enid, Sergeant. Tell us a little bit about yourself that you can.
Well, I was, I don't know, I joined the Air Force in 2005, and it brought me here to Enid 2 years ago. So I've been here almost 2.5 years.
Okay.
I'll be leaving shortly.
Oh, you will be leaving
will
shortly.
be.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you know where your next assignment is? And you may not be able to share. It's probably top secret, right?
Well, not so much. I'll be headed to Fort Meade, Maryland,
Okay.
where I'll be an instructor for public affairs, which
Okay.
is my job.
Very good. Well, I've had the privilege the last, I guess, a year to get to know Sergeant Falcon a little bit better due to her role in public affairs out at Vance Air Force and my role with public affairs, if you will, at the city of Enid. So I always appreciate you. You've been great to work with. And anyway, welcome. Thanks for helping us out co-hosting today.
Thank you for having me.
You bet. Well, we're glad that you're with us as well. It's a cool 37 degrees. It finally feels like fall weather. Clear sky. If you step outside and look up, it is very clear. And it's also kind of cool at 37 degrees. High today is 70. So if you're trying to figure out what clothes to or put a coat with the kids so they go off to school, high today is going to be 70. Slight breeze out of the north. So it's going to be a gorgeous day today. Well, Penn Klein, he's our behind-the-scenes weatherman, and he puts together some statewide temps across the state. That way, if you're traveling, Sergeant, if you look at the map there, Four Corners. Have you been to Four Corners, Oklahoma?
No, I haven't.
Well, okay, put that on your bucket list, things to do one of these days. But you can see out in the Panhandle, it's a little bit cooler, 35 degrees, and then all the way down to Valiant, 37 in the southeast part of the state. The Village is right there in West Oklahoma City, 38. So you can see the temps across the state. And you got big plans for the weekend. I know there's college football on Saturday. There's big high school football tonight. But big plans for you and your family?
Well, we'll be celebrating Veterans Day tomorrow.
Okay.
So barbecue and hanging out with friends and, you know, my son's school, he goes to Eisenhower Elementary. They're throwing a Veterans Day event. So we'll be doing that tomorrow.
And I know in Enid we have a Veterans Day parade. I believe that gets underway at 10 o'clock on Saturday downtown. But let's look at the weekend forecast, Sergeant, and help us out, if you will. What's folks going to expect Friday through Sunday?
It looks sunny and wonderful weather this weekend.
Ooh, cool. I like that.
So come on out and barbecue and just celebrate with your friends and family.
Very good. And that is football weather for me. Chisholm, is it the Longhorns? Am I right, Derrick? It's the Longhorns. They're undefeated, playing well. They're in the playoffs. And look at Friday Night Lights. You see some of the games, Cherokee at Laverne, the list goes on. Meeker comes to play Chisholm. My alma mater. Luther comes to Perry, Oklahoma, play my Maroons. Come on, Perry Maroons. Perry's in the playoffs. So those are the games. Get out and support as many teams as you can on the playoffs as they get underway here in Oklahoma. Okay, I think the Thunder played last night. Are you a big Thunder fan?
I'm not a big sports person.
You're
but
not?
I'm not.
Oh, okay. Well, next question. Well, the Thunder played last night, but I don't think they played so well. It's 7:35. Good morning, Enid. Thank you for joining us to find out what happened with the news overnight. The bow tie guy is back. Derrick, Silas with the Oklahoma Minute.
Governor Mary Fallin declares state of emergency for Payne County after Sunday's 5.0 earthquake near the city of Cushing. And state tax collections from oil and natural gas production are up for the first time in almost 2 years. Last night, the Thunder played Toronto. The score was Thunder 102, Toronto 112. Tomorrow they will play the Clippers at 7 p.m. in Oklahoma City. And in sports this Saturday, the Sooners will take on Baylor University at 11 a.m. in Norman. It will air on ABC and ESPN2. OSU will play Texas Tech at 2:30 p.m. in Stillwater. And Tulsa University will play the Navy at 11 a.m. in Maryland. It will air on CBS. And on this day in history, in 1775, the birth of the U.S. Marine Corps. Yes, during the American Revolution, the Continental Congress passes a resolution stating that 2 battalions of Marines be raised for service as landing forces for the recently formed Continental Navy. And in 1969, Sesame Street debuts. Since its inception, over 74 million Americans have watched the children's show. And that's the Oklahoma Minute. Back to you, Stephen Sergeant. Falcon.
Very good. So the Corps is 241. As I said, we have a Marine in the studio. We're really looking forward. Also, he was a former mayor. How about that?
How about that?
So yeah,
Happy birthday, Marines.
We got dignitaries in the studio this morning. If you have a birthday, you're in a retirement home, and you've got somebody who want to celebrate it, you can send their picture and give us that information. See our Holstein cows, you can send them to gme@enid.org, and we'd love to put your pictures, your fall pictures, your birthdays, your celebration, Veteran Days pictures. Send them to us, and we'll put them on our live Good Morning Enid show. Okay, it's time for Brooke is back. Good morning, Enid. It's 7:37, holding steady under a clear sky, 37 degrees, and as I said, Brooke is back.
Well, it's not Brooke this morning. It's Kevin Boryzcki, General Manager at the Central National Bank Center. Brooke's on vacation in sunny Florida. But I'm here to tell you what's going on over at the Central National Bank Center, and it is an exciting, busy time for us. And it all starts this weekend, Friday night. We have an event, Hollywood Lies. It's a murder mystery dinner. If you've never attended one of those, a really neat event, 20s, 30s themes, so get all dressed up. Tickets are only $50, still available. You're going to get a great meal, and what better to celebrate the weekend and kick it off with Hollywood Lies, a murder mystery dinner. Next weekend, 2 great nights of bull riding. It's the Enid BRI Classic, and that's November 18th, a Friday, November 19th, a Saturday at 7:30. Some of the best bull riders from the region, and if you're a child between the age of 4 and 6 or 4 and 8 and are under 60 pounds, give me a call in the office today or tomorrow, and you can sign up for Mutton Bustin', which is a really neat event that we'll have going on as well. It's a fun, family, affordable event. Tickets are only $15 for adults, $10 for kids, so something completely different to do here in the city of Enid. Come out and join us next weekend, November 18th and 19th. From there, we have Chase Rice, a great up-and-coming country artist coming to the Central National Bank Center. That's Thursday, December 1st, and that's at 7 p.m. 2 openers, Lacey Cavalier, Ryan Hurd, some great country music. Again, we're bringing fun, affordable entertainment to the city of Enid. Tickets start at only $20. If you do want to be up in the pit and up close, they're up to $35. And then we wrap up December, Monday, December 5th, with our holiday show, Cirque Dreams Holidays, a great graphic that you see up there. Just kind of shows all the different costumes, characters they'll have as part of this event. Over 200 different costumes, some great holiday classics, and it's a great holiday show, great way to kick off your December. Tickets for that start at only $35. So again, some affordable entertainment, a lot going on at the Central National Bank Center, and stay tuned to CNBCenter.com. That's our website. We're going to be announcing starting tomorrow 5 shows in 5 weeks to kick off 2017. So a lot going on at the CNB Center. For tickets, cnbcenter.com, or stop down the office. Visit me today, tomorrow, or this weekend. And that's it from the Central National Bank Center. Back to you and back to Steve and Sergeant Falcon.
Very good. Kevin, great job. Just boom, boom, boom. There's a lot going on in the community, and Kevin did a great play-by-play of enlisting everything. So isn't it great not to have to travel to Tulsa and Oklahoma City to see events?
It is. We have a lot of events here, and a lot of people complain that there's not enough going on, but there really is a lot going on.
There really is. Just look around. So
get out there.
Good morning, Enid. 7:40, and it's holding steady at 37 degrees, and now it's time for One-on-One with Jomara.
Welcome to One-on-One with Jomara. Our special guest this morning is a former Marine, but also former City of Enid Mayor, Mr. Doug Frantz. Thank you for being with us this morning.
Nice to be here, Jomara. It's a wonderful day. There's a lot going on in Enid, and I might make a couple of comments about that. I've got a lot of emotions pulling on me now. It's a very sad day for Enid because we're burying one of our loveliest citizens this afternoon. Levon McKnight died a few days ago, and that's a sad event for Enid. On the other hand, I am euphoric about the elections the other night, and I think we're heading off in great directions there, and I'm praying for our new president and his staff. Today is a big day for me also because it is the birthday of the Marine Corps. As Derrick said a minute ago, the Marine Corps was formed in 1775, before the United States was even formed, and most of the former Marines around the world and all the active duty Marines will be celebrating tonight. I'm going to dinner with an old pal of mine from Vietnam, and he's bringing a cake. We always cut the cake and go through all the ceremonial stuff, and that's big. Otherwise, in Enid, we were talking about the weather. The quail season opens Saturday, and lots of us are excited about that. So there's lots going on, and despite the loss of Miss Levon McKnight, which is a sad thing for all of us, nice time in Enid.
Well, great, great. Speaking of Veterans Day, tomorrow you'll be a guest speaker at the Woodring Airport Veterans Day celebration. Can you tell us a little bit about that event?
Sure, Jomara. We'll be out at Woodring Airport tomorrow, where we customarily have our ceremonies, and right in front of the wall, weather permitting, we'll be forming up there, and I believe the colonel from the base will be speaking, and I'm the other speaker. They keep going back to the well. You know, we don't have a lot of guys that are willing to do it, I guess, and I've given that Veterans Day speech 4 or 5 times over the years. And this year, however, I'm doing it a little differently, and I'm honoring some of the young men I went to war with back in 1967. So I'm giving a tribute to what we call the Boys of '67, which was all of us that went off to war back then. So it's at 11 o'clock out at Woodring. I hope a lot of veterans and patriots and citizens will come out and join us, because it's always a nice event, and it sounds like the weather will be nice.
Yeah, it sounds like it. And speaking of your experience as a veteran in Vietnam, I know that we have a mutual friend, Bob Ford.
Oh, yeah.
We've spoken with Bob before, and what can you tell us about Bob? How did you guys found each other after that many years?
Well, Bob and I were very good friends down at OU. We were competitors in different fraternities, but we played sports against each other, and we formed a real good friendship there. And when I was in Vietnam, I don't know how I heard, but somebody sent me a letter and said Bob Ford was stationed at the air base in Da Nang. And I was out in the boonies out southwest of there someplace, but I hadn't been there long, and they pull an officer in to be the paymaster once in a while, and you go into Da Nang and get we were paid in some kind of little, they called it PC, I don't remember what that stands for, but I was the paymaster, and so I went up to Da Nang, and I went over to the air base and just, I mean, Bob was gone all the time. Bob Ford was probably the bravest man I've ever met. He had a wonderful career flying Hueys in Vietnam and went into the meanest places in the country. He was into Hue and Con Thien and all the really, really bad places, and lived to tell about it, which is a wonderful thing. But anyway, I made a point to go to the air base and was heading towards the area where the Black Cats were bivouacked there. And Bob walked across the tarmac, and so it was intentional. It wasn't accidental that I ran into him. I was looking for him. And we had a bit of a conversation there, and that's about it. But I'm a big fan of Bob's. He did some things that very few people have done and lived to tell about it.
Well, wonderful, wonderful. Now, you commanded a rifle platoon while you were at Vietnam, and also received a Purple Heart. So you are pretty amazing as well, I hear.
Not so much. You know, out of the boys we went to war with, everybody got a Purple Heart. We just, we hit the war, Jomara, in 1968, and 17,000 of our men were killed that year, almost 17,000. And, you know, that's more people that have been killed in all the wars since. That one year was a real rough war, and so the guys we went overseas with, everybody got hit. They came home with shrapnel or got shot, or 40 of our boys got killed out of our basic school class. So we hit it at a bad time, but believe me, getting a Purple Heart in our group was not unusual. Everybody got one. But
well, just before we go, let's switch a little bit about your experience as a former mayor for the city of Enid. What can you tell us about your time serving as a city mayor, and how you envision the city of Enid to be?
I will give you just a quick overview.
Yeah.
When I came in as mayor, I got drafted, really. There wasn't even an election then. Some of the citizens got together and asked me to serve as mayor, and I said I would, but I'm not going to campaign and go through all that, and nobody else ran, so I wound up being mayor. The city was in kind of rough shape then. We were actually holding bills because we couldn't pay our bills. We were really short of money, and so I think the best thing I accomplished was hiring a bulldog named Bill Gamble as the city manager. He was a former bank workout guy, and he came in and took charge and did some things that did not make him popular with all his employees necessarily, and nor always with the city. But he did things that needed to be done, and he got us on very solid financial footing. And I think, you know, I'm a great fan of Eric Benson. I think he did a wonderful job as city manager. And, but I think a lot of the money that Mr. Benson and that city commission was spending was money that Bill Gamble started setting aside about 10, 12 years ago, because Bill really cut expenses, maybe some would say too far, but Bill was a great guy and did a great job for the city, and doesn't get near the credit that he deserves for all the great work he did here. You know, we had a lot of things going on back then. We had to deal with the new Walmart coming in. That was a big event. They were tough negotiators. I don't know how much time we have. Are we out of time?
We are almost out of time.
Okay.
And I could sit here all day and listen to the wonderful stories, Mr. Frantz. We appreciate your time, and we can invite you any other time so we can continue this conversation. But thank you so much for being with us. Thank you for serving our country. And thank you for watching One-on-One with Jomara. Now let's watch a video. The City of Enid's employees that have been serving this great nation have been paid a tribute with this video. Let's watch.
Good morning, Enid. I hope you enjoyed that. We appreciate and just say thank you to all the men and women at the City of Enid that have served our country. Sergeant Falcon, thank you for serving our country as well. Appreciate that. And just want to, my late brother-in-law who served in the Navy, Larry Bridges, I want to say a special thanks to Larry as he served during Vietnam on an aircraft carrier. And but he passed away last year, but our thoughts are with Larry as well, and he's one of my heroes. So happy Veterans Day to everybody. It's 7:53, holding steady at 37 degrees. We've got to really move on. We want to talk about city administration building is going to be closed here for the holiday tomorrow. And I think we have a little graphic to show that. Thank you, Penn. So, Sergeant, the administration office is going to be closed. Can't go to the library tomorrow, okay?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's what's going to be closed tomorrow. Let's move right to our news with the Oklahoma Minute. You want to introduce Derrick Silas?
This is Derrick Silas with the Oklahoma Minute.
The bow tie
The bow tie guy.
Governor Fallon declares a state of emergency for Payne County after Sunday's 5.0 earthquake, and state tax collections from oil and natural gas production are up for the first time in almost 2 years. Last night, Thunder played Toronto. The score was Toronto 112, Thunder 102. Tomorrow they will play the Clippers at 7 p.m. in Oklahoma City. And then Saturday, OU will play Baylor University in Norman. OSU will play Texas Tech in Stillwater, and Tulsa University will play the Navy in Maryland. And on this day in history, in 1775, was the birth of the U.S. Marine Corps. During the American Revolution, the Continental Congress passed the resolution stating that 2 battalions of Marines be raised. And in 1969, Sesame Street debuts. And that's the Oklahoma Minute. Back to you all.
Good job. Bow tie guy, Derrick Silas. Always dresses nice for us, so.
And now here's Kevin with Brooke is Back.
Good morning, I'm Kevin Boryzcki filling in for Brooke this morning. A lot of great stuff going on at the Central National Bank Center in November and December. It starts this weekend, Friday night, with Hollywood Lies, a murder mystery dinner. It's a fundraiser for the Garfield County Sheriff's Canine Unit. Tickets are only $50. You get a great meal and get to see a murder mystery and take part in one. So really exciting stuff there. We have bull riding coming up November 18th and 19th, 2 nights, fun, family, affordable entertainment. Tickets start at $15 for adults, $10 for kids. So check that out. Go to our website, cnbcenter.com, to see that event and all the other events we have coming up at the Central National Bank Center. And that's what's going on in Enid at the Central National Bank Center. Back to you, Steve and Sergeant Falcon.
Kevin, thank you for filling in this morning for Brooke. We appreciate that. Do we have time to show the pet video? Do we have time to do that? Yep. Well, let's do that right now.
Like this are found and brought to Enid Animal Control every day. All of these animals are in need of good homes. Please consider adopting a dog or a cat from Enid Animal Shelter. Call us at 249-4910 or come down and see us at 1200 South 10th Street.
Good job, Robin. That's Robin Shepherd. So, do you have any pets?
I don't. I have 2 kids, though.
You have 2 kids?
Yes.
Yeah, my wife and I, we're the proud owner of one heavy maintenance cat. His name is Boomer. So he's our kid. My daughter is full grown. She's as tall as you, though. So anyway. Well, good morning, Enid. So the 2 kids are pets then. Okay.
No.
You know.
But they wish they had pets.
Yeah. Well, we have in the studio this morning Robin Shepherd. Robin's very faithful to be here every Thursday morning. And who do we have as our special guest?
We have Jasper. He's an 11-month-old brindle boxer mix. He needs to be neutered and rabies shot, and it will cost $95 to adopt.
Very good. I think it's important to kind of put in that price when people say, well, Mom, Dad, let's go get that puppy dog. Well, there is a fee associated with it to get it all licensed, if you will, and healthy and taken care of. But I think Jasper looks pretty healthy. We have all these bright lights in the studio. So
he's adorable.
Okay. Well, look at our website, and you can help out and give Jasper a home. We got 30 seconds. Sergeant Falcon, how's been the experience this morning?
It's been
co-hosting?
great. It's been great.
It's quick, huh?
It does go quick, and I'm honored to be here. Thank you for having me.
Okay, well, it's our pleasure. Thank you again for your service. And thank you for being with us on Good Morning Enid. And to all of our veterans watching, thank you for, again, your commitment and your service to our great country. Until next time, make it a great day. Good morning, Enid.